doesn't bother me anymore. I feel great. That's what I want you to feel. Carve out your calm because you deserve it. Everybody deserves to feel that peace that lives within them. Anxiety and impatience will no longer hold you. How can we find calm in this climate? I mean, have you checked the news lately? I totally understand if you feel that way, but today I'm giving you some practical tips on how you can carve out your calm in today's climate. The great and wise Deepak Chopra once said, "In the midst of movement and chaos, keep stillness inside of you." So first and foremost, it's no secret that we're living in the attention economy, and where our attention goes, our energy flows. Everything is demanding our time. Time is more precious than money because we cannot get that back. At the end of the day, with so many people and so many things demanding our attention, it can feel mentally exhausting and overwhelming. As humans, we're simple yet complex creatures. Our brain can only process so many things at once without shutting down. And we have to stay hopeful. All right, if you're watching this, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe. So let's dive into the first step of carving out your calm. Number one is to acknowledge your power. You have control over your mind. I know it might not feel that way at times because our mind wants to spin these narratives and tell us these things that are not true. Tell me you've gotten your heart broken before or felt sadness. Imagine if you had to sit with that feeling for the rest of your life and your feelings didn't change. That's how you know you have power over your thoughts. Because you've allowed that to come and go. That's how you know that you're powerful. Your mind didn't just shift, you shifted your mind, you shifted your focus. You have control over your thoughts. Acknowledge that and walk in it. And no matter how difficult it may feel, keep pushing until those thoughts are silenced. All you need is to silence them in that moment so you can get what you need to get done. We are still in control. We can turn it off if we practice enough. So that brings us to step number 2, find your focal point. Let's say that you go to your local coffee shop and you want to order a drink, but you have social anxiety and you're feeling all of these things. As soon as you walk up to the barista and the barista says, "Hey, what can I get you?" You freeze up and you clam up and you run out the door because you're like, I don't even know. But you knew that you wanted a drink. Your focal point is your baby step. So it would be your response to the barista. You would respond to them and say, "Hold on, just give me a moment, I'm still looking." Or, "What do you recommend?" So finding your focal point and combining it with a short ritual, either some breath work, a mantra, or a memory. If you already have a short ritual, drop it down below in the comments. I want to know, what is your mantra or what memory do you focus on when you're in stressful situations? Personally, I repeat to myself, "You got this, you got this, you got this," several times, even when I feel like I don't, because it helps. It really does. Take a second to recenter. Has anyone ever watched Akeelah and the Bee? Do you remember when she had to remember how to spell certain words? She would tap her fingers at the side of her thigh to help her remember and stay focused and grounded in that moment in front of hundreds of people. She made it to the national competition because she found a short ritual that she could take with her in each and every step of the competition to help her succeed. She found what worked for her and allowed it to be her fuel in those moments where her focus was being shifted. That's what I want you to do. Number 2, putting it into practice by finding your focal point. What is the baby step that's going to get you a little bit closer to doing the thing that you need to do? And then number 3, combining it with a short ritual, a mantra of "I am capable, I got this, I can do that." Whispering that or saying that to yourself in your ear can help you so much in those moments where maybe you don't have someone next to you who can comfort you, because we like to have someone to hold our hand and be with us in those moments. But sometimes we have to do difficult things by ourselves, but it improves our self-worth and our confidence tenfold. And you're going to be so proud of yourself when you do it. That brings me to number 4, identify your emergency exit, your external focus. Have you ever been on an airplane? Notice how there are specific emergency exits. Why? Because obviously it's to exit in an emergency, but these are made known to help people who possibly have never taken a flight before feel more comfort. That's why we have flight attendants instead of just the pilot. We have these specific things in place to help people feel more comfortable. We have these things within our neighborhood, in our society, to help us feel more comfortable and at ease. What is your emergency exit? Let's bring it back to the coffee shop. So you're ordering your drink, your emergency exit could be looking at the menu. That is something that is external that can help you get to your goal. Your end goal is to order the drink, to get it, and to leave. So these little things that help you get there, every single step of the way, it takes practice. So number 4, after you identify your emergency exit, number 5 is simple mechanics. Break down your end goal into simple mechanics. Let's say you're a basketball player and you've shot free throws so many times you could do it in your sleep. Breaking it down into simple mechanics will really help you, because studies show that in the moments where people choke, it's because their focus shifts so much that the things that are almost automatic functions become unknown because their focus shifts. So in order to help you keep the focus and get to the end goal, after you've found your focal point, you've taken your baby step, you've identified your emergency exit so you feel a little safer, and now you're breaking it down into simple mechanics. Combining all of these things together with practice is going to be your best friend. That is number 6, practice under pressure. If you have social anxiety, as much as you want someone to be with you, the best way to practice is to do things yourself. Small things, little things, like going up to the barista and asking for an extra straw. That little thing right there helps you to get to the bigger thing, like saying, hey, my order was wrong, you need to give me a different one. Now that is how you know that you've moved past the first step. But all of these correlate to carving out your calm, because when you're calm, you need a certain level of focus. When that focus leaves you, it brings your anxiety up, it brings your impatience up. And to calm yourself down is to recognize that your end goal is possible. But what you have to remember above all is that resilience doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take a lot of practice to get you to stop and think before you react without judging yourself. But to shift that, you got to give yourself time to fall in line and fall into that flow that you've created. Because resilience is about the willingness to embrace the challenge and overcome so you can grow. Think of EMTs and firefighters. They see so much crazy stuff all the time. Do you think that they were ready for that? No. But with practice, they are able to learn how to be calm, stay calm in these heightened situations where people are losing their marbles and they don't know how to respond. They don't know how to process what's going on. And this brings us to step number 7, which is reframing your setbacks as lessons. Because you cannot judge yourself into doing better. You cannot shame yourself into healing. You have to give yourself some grace and offer yourself some compassion, using words that heal rather than wounds that fester. It's not going to make you want to do it again if you're judging yourself and being like, why did I say that? Why did I? Growth looks different for everyone, just like your calm looks different than my calm. When you see someone who is so at peace within themselves, it's probably because time has tested their calm time and time again, and they've gotten to the point of detachment. But don't judge yourself to get there, because it's only going to build more resistance when you're looking for resilience. In resilience, there is compassion, there is grace. It's like you're fighting yourself, and you don't want to fight yourself. You're learning, so give yourself the grace that you would a child who's learning how to walk. When they stumble, when they fall, you encourage them to get back up and keep going, because then you wouldn't go back out there and try. And calm is for everyone. Everyone deserves to feel at peace, to feel an essence of calm. Anxiety and impatience will no longer hold you. Take these moments when you've seen yourself improve, even if it's in the smallest way, where today you actually spoke to the barista, or today you shot the free throw and it almost went in. Take these moments to nurture and reflect so that next time you have a little more confidence to be your guide. Because that will help you to keep going until you get to that end goal and you see yourself winning. Wow, this doesn't bother me anymore. I feel great. That's what I want you to feel. Carve out your calm because you deserve it. Everybody deserves to feel that peace that lives within them. So you know how they say practice makes perfect? Let's correct that. Practice with pressure and focus on the end goal makes perfect. And just like that, you keep repeating the cycle until you find your calm. I can't wait for you to find your peace. You've got this. Keep going. But thank you for spending some time with me. I wish you well, and I pray that you continue to carve out your calm and find peace.